For this recipe, you will need a cake mix, eggs, and then we're going to swap the vegetable oil with butter. And then we're going to swap the water with apple cider. You will also need apples, brown sugar, cinnamon, and more butter. This is not a health food recipe. For the cookie portion, you will need flour, cinnamon, brown sugar, and butter. So melt your butter for the cake mix on medium heat. We are making browned butter, and it takes a little while, a lot of patience, because we want browned butter, not burnt butter. And, if you turn around for a second, it'll brown and then it'll burn. So you gotta keep an eye on it, stir it and stir it and stir it, and just watch it. It takes a while and it turns really fast. I decided to use one apple, and I melted my butter. I chopped up my apple. I put 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 2 tablespoons of butter. And see, this is your browned butter. Like I said, we want brown butter. And if I had waited, it would have burned. It would have been ruined. So you let your apples cook a little bit. You make sure they're covered in the butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon. And, the butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon will turn into a nice little caramel sauce. You cook your apples for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then you let your apples and your browned butter cool before you plan on adding them to your recipe. So you make your cookie dough with half a cup of butter, a cup of flour, a teaspoon of cinnamon, quarter teaspoon of salt, and a half a cup of brown sugar. Mix your cake mix and your browned butter together. Crack your eggs into a separate container and add them one at a time, mixing well in between each addition. Don't forget to grease your pan and preheat your oven to 350. After you've greased and floured your pan, put half of the batter in the pan. Add your cooled apples, and don't forget to add the caramel sauce that was made with the butter and brown sugar. Add the remaining batter to the top of the caramel apples. Then add your cookie crumbles to the top of the batter. Cover your cake with aluminum foil and place your cake in a 350-degree oven for 30 minutes. If you don't cover your cake, the cookie crumbles will burn and they'll be inedible. After 30 minutes, pull out your cake, remove the aluminum foil, put your cake back in the oven for 10 to 20 minutes or until a toothpick inserted in your cake comes out clean. Now that your cake has finished baking, allow it to cool in the pan for about an hour. After an hour, loosen the sides of your cake with a knife. And then when your cake has cooled in the pan for an hour, flip it out onto a cooling rack and allow it to cool the rest of the way. And then after that, put your cake on a plate and store it in the refrigerator. And the cake stays good for about 3 days. And I found it also freezes well if you can't eat it all in 3 days.